Hey y'all, this video is to show you how to add a zipper to a crocheted pouch or project. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia, and this is just a standalone video to show you how to attach a zipper to a crocheted pouch or project. The first thing you're going to need is obviously a zipper, and the zipper is going to be determined by the width of your project. You'll need some type of needle. I use something that's pretty sharp. This is a leather working needle here. I'll use some temporary adhesive fabric glue that's optional, and I'll show you how to do that in the video. And then you'll need some type of clips. I think those are very helpful in creating the zipper so that it stays in place. You'll need some type of all-purpose yarn. You want something that's ideally going to match your zipper or your crochet project. I went with orange just so I could show you how it looks, how to sew. And of course you'll need some scissors. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to prepare your sewing needle and thread. So I used the all-purpose thread, and I just measured it out to be about 4 to 5 times the width of my project. I am going to work the thread doubled over, so once I thread the needle, once I put the thread through the eye of the needle, I will just kind of double it over, and then that's how I'll actually sew the zipper on. Okay, you'll want to tie a knot at the end so that the thread kind of stays together. And I did a double knot just so that way the knot was large enough not to go back through the project once I pierced it with the needle. Okay. And so the zipper, you don't have to worry about which way the zipper is going to open. You can do it to the left or the right. That's not an issue here. You're just going to want to sandwich the zipper in between the project. So in this case, I'm going to bring the bottom to the bottom of the zipper edge and the top to the top of the zipper edge. You can kind of see it on the screen a little better. Now the glue here, this step is actually very optional. You don't have to do this, but when I'm sewing, it makes it a lot easier because it stays in place and I don't have to worry about it slipping around while I'm trying to attach. So this here is a fabric fusion type glue. It's a permanent glue, but I will say that it takes longer to dry. So I'm showing you this here, but I actually ended up using the spray glue, the temporary adhesive glue, because it dried a little bit quicker. You can also use hot glue too. I've done it with hot glue as well. So here I am, I'm just lining up the project edge to the teeth part of the zipper. You don't want it to go over the teeth. You want it to kind of stay back a little bit because when you're sewing and when you start using the project, you don't want the fabric to get stuck in the teeth. So here's where my clips come in handy. I just clip it down and then I let it dry for a second. So again, the fabric glue that you saw me use takes longer to dry, so I went ahead and opted to use the temporary adhesive spray, and I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so in this case, it's already dried, and I'm just going to bring the bottom half, or the top half, depending on how you're looking at it, to the top of the zipper. So we're working with the zipper facing us so we can see it. I am using some cardboard that I had around, that way I don't get a lot of spray on the zipper. However, this spray is easily, you can wipe it up with water, so if you do get spray on the zipper, no problem, it won't mess up the project or anything like that. Okay, so as you can see here, I've sprayed the zipper, and now I'm just going to do like I did with the other side. I'm just going to hold it down until it starts to dry, and I will apply some clips to this side as well so that it stays firm while, so it sets basically. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. I used a ton of clips to kind of keep everything even, and also this helped me kind of as a guide to make sure that my running stitch stayed even. Okay, so at this point your zipper is pretty much adhered to your crochet fabric, but you want to do that reinforcement, so that's why we're going to sew it, and I'm going to just do a hand sew. You can also use a sewing machine, and if I can figure out how to set my camera up, I'll show you how to do it with the sewing machine. But this is just as simple, okay? You're going to insert the sewing needle. I did it from inside out, so I started with the inside, and then I'm going to sew to the back. You want to kind of just poke the needle through and make sure that it's kind of in line with your first little, thread or your knot. And then you will just space it however much you want. If you use a longer stitch, Obviously, it's not going to be as secure, so if you want to make your stitches closer together, that is completely optional, and that is up to you. Not optional, but that the sizing is definitely up to you. Okay, and all I did was I kind of make a small, I insert the needle through the zipper, and I kind of see that it's lined up with the stitch next to it, as you see here. And I just continue to do the same stitch that I did earlier all the way down to the length of the zipper. So really that is how you do a running stitch for your crochet project to add a zipper. I am going to stay on camera. If you want to skip to around the 8-minute mark, that will show you how I finish everything off in terms of this row. But I am going to stay on camera so that you can see how I do it, because this is obviously a tutorial on how to attach it and I didn't want to skip anything. So if you want to just watch here, I'll put some music on, let you watch, and then when we get to around the 8-minute mark, I will come back on and show you how I finish it up, okay? Just jumping in real quick to say, if you have a sewing like thimble, I'm using the surface of my table to help me push the needle through. It's not that difficult, but just you might have to use a little bit of force. So I did want to put that out there too, especially when you're trying to come back through that zipper, okay? Okay, as you guys can see, we're nearing the end here. So you're going to have to play with the bag a little bit, get the zipper the way you want it to be. Don't get caught up in all this. It's not that, I wouldn't say it's not important, but don't make it feel like you're frustrating. Don't get frustrated, I guess. It's already glued down. You're just really securing it with the stitching, okay? So just go ahead and move that zipper out of the way, get in there and get your stitches in that very end there so that you can finish doing your project. Okay, so now we're here finally at the end. I'm back on camera with you guys. All I'm doing here is I'm just going to go back and forth a few times in this corner to just ensure everything is good and secure. And then I'm going to knot the end. So once we've gone back and forth a few times, look at it, make sure you feel like it is how you want it to be. And then we're going to end it. So to do that, you just kind of insert your needle into one of the stitches, and you will then put that needle through this giant hole that you created and do that a couple times. And in doing that a few times, it creates a knot. And then once you've knotted it a couple times, making sure you feel like it's really secure, snip your ends, and that's how you finish it off. Okay guys, so this is it, and now you just need to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Now remember, I did use a orange thread because I wanted you guys to see what I was doing, but you can also pick a brown thread that would match the project a little bit better. And if you want to see how I completed this full pouch, I do have a tutorial on my channel showing you how to create a pouch. All right, guys, I will see you all in my next video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section down below. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.